Hello and welcome on behalf of Rocket Lads. My name is Joshola and I will be your coach today for our replay analysis. So first, let me tell you a bit about my Rocket League journey so far. I've been playing Rocket League since it came out and I love this game. I played about 3,000 hours in Rocket League to date, and I've been as high as Champ 3 and Div 4 in 3s, and as high as GC in 2s. Why am I telling you this? Well, to let you know that I'm no pro. But what I do know has helped me hit GC, and I hope one day it can help you to be just as bad or badder. Badderer? Or is it better? You know what I mean. So let's get started. But first, let me ask, are you tired of doing this, and this, and this, over and over and over again, and doing whatever this is? Anywho, wait, what do you mean all those clips are of meant to be? Must be a coincidence. Anyway, my goal is to pass on things I've learned and found helpful. And then maybe, just maybe, I can help you be less bad at Rocket League. Because let's face it, no one is really good at Rocket League. So without further delay, let's jump into our replay. So today we're going to be checking out Krow, one of our fellow Rocket lads and my teammate in our tournament that we're running. So Krow is playing at about a Champ 1, High Diamond 3 level. That's what most of the players are in here. I believe he's sitting at low Champ 1, about Div 2. So that's the play we're going to be checking out today. So this is 3v3 standard competitive. So let's jump into it. Okay, so let's jump into an example of how we should be rotating. Being careful not to rotate back into a play, causing double commits and confusion. So let's see what happens. So Mr. Jazz, our teammate, is about to hit the ball. So let's watch his touch. Okay, not a great touch. We go for it, which is the right thing to do. We need to put a challenge on this. This is good. Okay, so then we land and we immediately get the mid boost. Great. Everything is good until we choose to turn back into the play. So let's jump in here and see. So why is it bad to turn back into the play this way, like we've done? Well, when we look back, what's going to happen? Well, we have two teammates who are back. He's going to put a challenge on the ball, and this teammate is also going to sweep around goal, and they're going to put a challenge on the ball if for some reason it goes towards the wall like this. So by us rotating back into the play, we're really accomplishing nothing. We're just going to be ending up rotating front post or bumping our teammates or just getting in the way is generally what is going to happen. So everything up to this point was great, except right when we land, rather than turn this way, don't do that. Turn out and rotate back. And that will keep the rotations a lot more clean. Okay, next we're going to look at an example of a time when we should be rotating into the play more aggressively based on what our teammates are doing. So let's see here. We have Polite. Our teammate is far upfield, challenging the ball and playing offensively. Sadly, neither you or Mr. Jazz is supporting. We can see Mr. Jazz is rotating back. So let's see what he does, and that'll tell us what we should be doing. So let's see. So as he rotates back, let's stop it there. Okay, so here Mr. Jazz is clearly going for the corner boost. Before even this frame here, when we notice that he is doing that, by doing that, he's yielding his position as second man to you. He's rotating back out of the play. We need to read that. So we should be aggressively flipping, pushing upfield to get up there to support our teammate. So we don't do that. So let's see what we choose to do. And remember, we see where our teammate is going. He's going for that back boost. He's going for the right wing of the field. So what do? We drive over to the right wing of the field when we know our teammate is going to be there. He can't go mid. We should be the one going mid. So we should have pushed up mid. So right now, in this play. Instead of coming over here, we should have immediately gone for our position and filled this space right here in the middle of the field. So we can see now the ball is in mid pass. So let's see what would have happened if we actually pushed up into that position in the field. Now we've chosen to go to the right wing. So let's see. Let's jump back into our replay and see what happens. So they put a hit out. So now you're still going to get a free shot because they double committed, but you would have been in a lot better position to put a challenge on this ball, a shot on net. If you would have just gone mid, it would be coming directly to you. Instead, you were way off right, and we have to cut in mid. So just take note of what our teammates are doing and play off of that. Always giving that teammate who's playing offensively, which was polite, that support that he needs. And because of that, I mean, we still could have scored the goal, but we end up coming up short. Okay, we're going to take a look at our next clip. So in this clip, we're going to see you're going to go up here and get a clear out on the ball, and then go for another challenge after, which is the right thing to do. Unfortunately, our teammate commits with us. So what we want to look in on here is what we fail to do after the play. So after the play is over, you may have noticed that you immediately turn to cut around, where if we notice, we just changed the cam here. If we would have just rotated a little bit further, we could have grabbed their corner boost and done an offensive boost steal, depriving them of that boost. So there's just a missed opportunity, a small one. Let's see what happens. We'll jump back to you. We then begin to rotate out. We see Monkey spawn, and he can grab that boost because we failed to take it. Now he has 100 boost, which he wouldn't have had. So a little thing, but can make a big difference in a play. Let's just jump back a second here to see what we choose to do after. So we failed to grab the boost. We're rotating back, which appears like we're doing the exact correct thing. We should be going back towards the mid boost here because we know we got Mr. Jazz. He's challenging the ball. And then if we jump to fly cam here, we've got Polite who's hanging out over mid. So we've got our positions. You are now the third man. You need to hang out back. Let's jump back to you. But let's see. But instead, you weren't quite aware of where your teammate was, and you cut over towards the middle, and now we're all bunched up. We're really tight in this corner, which could end up being a very bad thing. Fortunately, they don't make it clear, but just try to be aware of where your teammates are. Be careful not to be rotating back into the plays like we saw in that first clip we watched. Think about things you can do that don't involve having to hit the ball, like grabbing their boost, taking that offensive boost steal in the corner, and then maybe rotating across the face of their goal, getting a demo in. You could even grab their other boost in the other corner, depending on how your teammates are faring. So we just want to think about some of those things when we're rotating. Okay, so we're going to watch. The enemy team is about to score their first goal here. So let's watch the play, and then we'll talk about after how we might have made a better decision and why we might make a different one. And there's the goal. Okay, so let's jump back and think about our decision here. So let's jump back a little more. Let's watch it. Okay, both your teammates are caught up field. So let's stop it right here. And again, note where your teammates are. Both of them are upfield behind the ball, so they're a ways off. You are the last man. And so I like the idea, the aggression to try to get that ball out of there right away, trying to boom it out of the corner. But we have to know, as the last man, if we miss that shot, then it's going to be a goal. So the risk to reward here isn't great. And even if we get a big clear out into this part of the field, where are all the enemy team? They're all right there. So it'd be a lot better to just maybe wait for that ball to bounce, come across a little bit, and then you can maybe get a big booming clear off to this side of the field where no one is, or just try to dribble it out. Just try to be patient as that last man. Buy as much time as you can to let your teammates get back. Okay, we're going to watch another example here of not rotating back towards the ball, towards our teammates, back into the play, but trying to think of other options that we have that don't involve having to be near the ball so that we can open up some plays for our teammates. So let's watch the play develop. We're going out for a challenge. This is good. I like the touch. Nice challenge. We land. We get the boost. Excellent up to this point. Excellent. but then we make a decision. Okay, this is all right, but what should we do? Well, some good options would be now that we've got their boost, we look at the field where our teammates are. We have two teammates coming in on the ball here. They have it well covered. He can either break to follow up this challenge by his teammate Polite or Mr. Jazz. If there's a pass, he can break to the middle of the field. So even though we're the furthest man at field, we are now that third man. So some good ideas would be to be rotating across the face of goal. Go for a demo. Try to take out that goalie. And even after that, proceed on. Maybe grab their other corner boost if your teammates are applying good pressure. Those are some good ideas that we can do. But instead, let's jump back in here. We rotate back into the play. So now we're big time all clumped up. We do make a good decision here and turn back in because we know our teammate is over by the third boost. But just try to avoid that. Try to think of some other plays that don't involve having to hit the ball, stealing boosts, demoing goalies, those kind of things. It will really open up the game for you, for your teammates. Okay, let's look at another example of what we could do after the play rather than rotating back in. I feel like we're developing a theme here. So this is really something you want to focus on and think about as you're playing more games. So we're about to go for a clear of the ball here. So we do that. That's nice. As soon as we land, though, this ball is behind us. We see there's a guy on the wall. What should we do? Well, a good idea. Let's jump down into fly mode and look. If we would never have turned, we could be immediately proceeding up the field. If we had never turned this way, we could have immediately landed, headed up field, and got that boost. So again, offensive boost steals, then maybe even going for a demo after that on another player on the field. That could be a good idea, but we rotate back into that play. So let's jump back into our player view here to Krow. So we choose not to push up. All right, that's okay. So now we've decided that we're going to go tight to the wall. We should have teammates coming in challenging. We know that. Our positioning is okay. But based on where we are, where do you think your teammate is? You guys are both over here on this side of the field. Do you think your teammate is down here behind you? Or is it much more likely he's over here? Well, if we were to watch, jump to a different cam's view, that's where your teammate is. So he's looking at you and saying, okay, he's over here on this side. I'll fill the middle. But instead, what happens? Let's jump in here. You cut away from the middle and you kind of go into no man's land. You're not following up your teammates' potential challenge. You're not really in a position to take the shot. You're just kind of hoping. So how much better it would have been if you stick close on that side on the right wing and let your teammate, who is off to your left now, take the shot if the pass comes through. And look what happens after this. Then we can see clearly your teammate is nowhere on the right wing. So you could have been there. Instead, we see him flip in from over on the right. Polite has to come flying across the field to try to put a challenge on this, but you could have already been there. So trying to think again, where my teammates are, how can I put myself in the right position? To quickly look at a defensive play and how we could have made a better choice so that we can put a challenge on the ball or play this properly. So we're rotating into goal here, and then we take a look really quick. We switch our ball cam off. We notice none of our teammates are in goal. So where should we be going? We should be going here and stopping here, even maybe here. So we have the option of the wall. Going to that back post, especially because we see none of our teammates. They're both over here in the corner. So we want to get to that back post. Instead, let's jump back to the replay and see what happens. All right, here we go. We rotate very, very far across goal, all the way to that front post, and then we just stop. We see now that we've overextended. This guy is going to beat us to the ball. He's got a shot coming in. So what do we choose to do? We go forward, we back up a little bit, so we hesitate. Now we're really like, what part of goal might we be able to save if that shot's coming in? Almost nothing. Maybe that very top right corner. So if we're going to do that, we need to keep going. We should have put a challenge on the ball, or when we started, we should have just gone to that back post. And that way we're in a lot better defensive position. And then our teammate, if there is a teammate behind us, he should be playing backboard or wall. So that's just a thought on rotations. Always try to make sure you rotate that back post if you can, to give yourself the most space to cover the most of the goal that you can. Okay. So we're going to look at another quick example of making sure we're stopping at that back post. We're not overextending across the face of goal. So we've just grabbed the boost. We can see our teammate, Polite, is over there, and an enemy team player is putting a touch on the ball. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, he messes it up. We see Polite is going for a challenge on the ball, and Mr. Jazz, our other teammate, he's way upfield. So what should we do? Well, it's possible that Lum still gets a pass out. So we want to stop right here. We should actually be even more off to the right on the goal line. We're a little bit far out of goal as it is. Instead, we go all the way across the front of goal, and we're weirdly pointing kind of like here. We should be in the goal, pointing out, but way back. So again, make sure you're stopping at that back post to give yourself a chance to save shots that are coming in. Luckily, nothing happens here, but keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to look at another example of not rotating back into the play, but doing something else. So let's see here. We got a nice pass coming off the wall. Let's see. We're going to take a shot. Nice shot. Super good. Look how close that is. Awesome save by the player coming up there. Excellent. So as soon as we do that there, where should we be going? We want to keep going this way across the face of the goal. We might be another guy over there on the orange team that we can demo. And if not, grab their boost. Get that boost steal. And then now we're the third man. We've just taken a shot. We're going to have two teammates, or we should have two teammates, who are going to be coming up next to either take a shot or take a pass. So we want to be grabbing that boost and rotating out wide and coming in as that third man. And just in case a really wide pass comes, then we can attack that. But again, let's not rotate back into the play. If we jump back in here, we can see what happens. We just kind of rotate in and stop and sit when we most likely have a teammate that's probably right behind us. Or off to our right a little bit. So again, think of those outside of the box plays, boost steals, bumps, and rotating out. All right, so this wraps up part 1 of this replay analysis. Please check out part 2, and thanks for watching.